Okay, I think my levels are good. This is promise. Sadly, I think with all that's going on with the stream, a full playthrough of Fire Emblem Fates may very well be never in the cards, as sad as that may be to say aloud. But what there is this. This is from, I don't know how to say this out loud. In my brain, I always say it as like Sabaka or whatever. But S0BK, I'm sure there's like credits here that explain that. Yeah, about? I don't know, these are just like licenses. But they're a very good Twitter artist who really loves to draw Corrin. They draw like the best male Corrins. They're so cute, and they love to draw them with Niles. And then one time it was with Keaton. One time there was like a Halloween key. It was really cute. But I digress. Keaton head that I may be, I do really still love Kamo Zero. And they made this like, I don't know, like last year. And I was originally gonna play it for Yaoi Mobile Games in February. But then when that didn't come to pass, I'm like, man, I can't be sitting on this. I have to get it out of the way. So I'm gonna click that start button, and I'm just gonna see what happens from there. And now I get to do Corrin voice acting. My name is Corrin of Nor. Oh, there's like talk sprites, dude. Oh, this is such a cool idea for like a project, like to express one's love for Meow Meows. As a prince, I have responsibilities. I'm someone who needs to come back from the battlefield. As the commanding force of an army, I have lives in my hands. I like how they've stylized the A. This is like a custom like handwritten typeface they did for this. My leadership is what decides if my soldiers return home to their lives and loved ones. Also, if you want to hit me up for like, I don't know what these text boxes are from. They are not the official text boxes from Fates. I am so dedicated to like getting assets like this. Maybe you made this yourself, in which case it looks very official, but I don't know. I have them if you want. Yet I'm no stranger to others risking their lives to make sure I make it back before they do. Even if I plead with all my heart, it won't change their desires. However, look at the smiling! Every week I log on to Twitter, and there's like a picture like this that this artist draws of Corrin, and it really does improve my day so much. There is one individual with whom I have a particularly difficult time needing to convince. He's someone I want by my side through it all. Someone I've promised to share my life with. Because I love him. Yeah! Yeah! Make the mouse big because I wiggle it so hard. Yeah! Dearest. Oh my, I love what they're doing with like the eye colors influencing like the eyebrows and the eyelashes. It's a very cute stylistic choice. Your expression belies that you aren't happy to see me. I shouldn't have any difficulty with this, but here we are, addressing it. In the infirmary again, aren't we? Now, Corrin. You know full well if I had not done what was needed, you'd be the infirmary. In it, even. You would be the infirmary. Your brother thanked me. Even Lady Camilla offered a comment. Would it alarm you that I'm not my siblings? No, of course not. I married you after all. Then please, inquire as to why I don't look happy. I'm in a pickle, aren't I? Oh my, the fucking kitty mouth! This is such a good Niles. Niles, you could have been killed. That was a katana coming straight for your head. Was I meant to watch your head roll? Sorry. Twisted as I am, even I don't particularly care for something that macabre. Better my blood than yours. End of discussion. I was worried. You were so cute. You were so cute! Very worried. And all I came away with is a scratch, nothing more. This infuriating man reached over to me and held my hand for a moment. A thumb rubbed against my knuckles as he smiled. I was letting him get away with it again. I take my leave. Leo wanted to discuss something with me. Until later, Corrin. He left, leaving my hands to fall back to my side, defeated. He was a handful of a person. A dark, traumatic past was underneath that smiling exterior. I knew of it. He told me. Even so, he was kind, despite how much he denied it. He was gentle. I fell in love with all of Niles. All right. I think I'll let him stew on it a bit, realize his mistake. Things needed my attention. I was a busy person after all. Let's get to work. Ooh, this tomb is heavy. Oh my god! This art rules! There we go. With plenty of things to take care of, people to check up on, and battle strategies to go over, it was a wonder I had time to myself. These days it was a lot of busy, then falling into bed exhausted. He's just like me, for real. Honestly, I was a little nervous about going back to my private quarters. Me and Niles hadn't spoken since early in the morning, so I was expecting some silence. I didn't want that. I'd much rather talk about our day, have dinner and tea together, then relax into bed. Maybe I should apologize. No way. Why would I need to apologize? I was just worried. I didn't really take note of where I was walking, instead focusing on my own thoughts. Whoa! Falling backwards, I dropped to the tune with my head ringing. Just the man I wanted to see. Yeah! Oh, he's got a little yeah! There you are. Oh, Niles? I'm sorry, my head was in the clouds. Was it now? He offered to help me up and I obliged. I dared get closer to him, the warmth of his presence tempting. At least he ran into me and not Benny. That armor could penetrate right through you. Oh, enough of that. Wait, I stopped. There was a brand new bandage on Niles' face. Reaching towards him, I went to touch it. His hand caught mine before I got too close. Pretend that isn't there, love. No way I could, especially after a stop-short conversation from this morning. I frowned quite fiercely at him when I saw his gaze get a bit sheepish. That meant he'd been thinking about what we discussed. What happened? I deserve to know that at least. You do. Wow! Yes! I accompanied Leo on a small sortie, and another archer headed out for me. He left with an arrow in his gut. Laughter trickled out of his mouth, but I only frowned. For a minute I assumed you had thought about our conversation this morning. Seems I was wrong. I understand this wasn't you goading on the enemy and putting yourself in immediate harm's way. Don't you understand it's your flippant attitude that makes me worried? Worried and, dare I admit, frustrated. Corin, it's impossible for you to stop every attack coming my way. An impossible task, even for you. I'm aware, of course, as much as I wish I could be. Your complete disregard for my worry is making this difficult. This is how I always am, dear Corin. You get the good and bad with me. The good and bad I accept, I always will. Putting my feelings to the side, despite my constant worry over it, shouldn't be included. Niles got quiet again. My dark mood instantly shifted, and I couldn't help feeling bad about what I had said. I hadn't been wrong. He wasn't listening. The rope tying us together was fraying, and I wanted to keep it strong. I just wanted him to value his life more, that's all. I'll think about what you said. Till later. He left again, leaving me in my thoughts. This is cute. I like this one. I need some tea. If there's a cute sprite for this, I'm gonna scream of like him with the tea. Niles, if you're having an argument with my brother, I don't want to hear about it. There's Leo in this? Leo watched his retainer and brother-in-law tip the chair he was sitting on back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth. It was a nice chair. Leo really wanted to tell him to just leave it, but the man looked too bothered to listen. Niles, pressed Leo, losing focus on the reports he was writing. Niles finally hummed. Something in him was paying attention. What has got you two arguing? I saw him looking quite disgruntled by the library. Gruntled, or is disgruntled real? And it was a face he makes only when you're on his mind. Daring to smirk over at Leo while he tipped his chair back, Niles snorted. Aw, was he making a face? I wondered what he looked like. He wasn't happy, Niles. That hum was longer, and he lost his smirk. Sighing and doing his best to glare, Leo put his pen down. He gave Niles a hard stare, tone serious. Don't make me tell someone else you're the cause of his grief. I don't like your implications. Just drawing hearts. Whenever, just for whatever reason. Leo smiled. Then don't make me allude to them. You're quite mean, my lord. Haven't I told you to stop calling me that? Old habits die hard. And I suppose your habit about caring for your well-being is still going strong? Oh, so you do know what's got 'em all in a twist. Niles, even I can tell with all your bandages and bruises as of late that something is bothering you. Both of you. He's angry after I almost got beheaded. Leo's eyes twitched as his hand paused. The quill was laid to rest beside his paper, and Leo's attention turned to focus entirely on Niles. You were almost beheaded. It was meant for him, a katana heading straight for that pretty neck. No wonder he's so annoyed with you. That attitude is distressing. Oh, not you too. I'm fine, aren't I? Yes, that is true, and Corin knows that. What he doesn't like is the way you're reacting to his distress. Picking up his quill again, Leo's fancy cursive floated across the page. He's softer than you realize sometimes. Be gentle with this matter, won't you? And he's more sturdy than you realize. Niles' quip made Leo laugh, but the prince nodded in affirmation. Yes, you and I would know. Then Leo set his quill aside again, turning towards Niles with a gentle look. The former outlaw felt awkward around that gaze, and looked away almost sheepishly. Just talk to him without getting defensive. I'm sure he's overthinking things and calming down, so please don't worry. His smile suddenly warped, and an uncomfortable smile replaced the softer one. You and my brother are married after all. This time Niles smirked, a chuckle leaving his lips as he stopped leaning in his chair. That still got you all ruffled? Ah, Leo, there's no need for that. I can't help it. A thief becoming my retainer was odd. Now he's my brother-in-law? Even more odd. Never change, my lord. Ah! Felicia's in this? What is wrong with me? This art is so fucking cute! Lord Corin, your tea? Thank you, Felicia. Wringing my hands through my hair, I paced my private room with hurried steps. I could tell my dragon tail swishing with obvious irritation, threatening to knock over the kettle Felicia so luckily managed to get on the table. Nearby, Felicia was slowly setting the small table for tea, meticulously making the cookies and doilies neat. Continuing my pacing, mind tumbling over itself, I noticed Felicia pull out a chair for me. Then, with well-practiced patience, sat in the chair across from the one she left open for me. Is it time for girl talk? MMWW solidarity? Corin, shall I pour some for you? Even though I knew there was a chance she'd send it all tumbling to the floor, I nodded. Yes, please. Thank you. Sugar? Cream? A cinnamon stick? Just sugar. Hearing my own tired voice startled me, but I couldn't sit down. My adrenaline-filled legs wouldn't let me. Felicia, I think I've messed up. Dearly. What? That's impossible, Corin. You always know how to get back on your feet. It's with Niles. Ooh. Mouth making a perfect O, Felicia poured herself some tea. A few drops splattered onto her napkin, but she tried to ignore it. Well, have you talked with him about whatever it was? Yes, twice. That's the problem. He isn't listening to how I feel about it. All I'm receiving is... Oh, Corin, at least you didn't get beheaded. Dear Corin, my life is nothing compared to yours. Oh, Corin, I don't understand why you're so upset. Imitating Niles' voice was hard, but it made Felicia giggle. You sure do love each other, huh? It's hard to think that way when I'm in such a pickle, but I love him more than I can describe, so it makes the situation all the more difficult. Well, may I give a suggestion, Corin? I'm always willing to hear your advice, Felicia. You are my greatest friend. Felicia made a noise in the back of her throat, trying to rein in a happy noise. Instead, she cleared her throat and took a sip of tea. Well, I think you make Niles talk, and then forget all about it. Forget about it? That seems strange to say considering how worked up I felt, but I knew there was truth to it. If I actually got to hear what Niles had to say, maybe it would be easy to forget. Part of the problem was the man's stubborn nature. I wanted him to see he should stop being so stubborn. Us two were supposed to lean on each other, through good or bad. Being together meant as such, right? I think you're right. I won't say anything until he's spoken his piece. Great, have some tea before it gets cold. Niles? Niles! Where has he run off to? Meandering the halls and gardens, I looked all over for Niles. He was slippery as could be. I asked Keaton, Yes! Drop the emotes in chat right fucking now. Let's fucking go. Guys, if there's a Keaton talk sprite, I'm gonna leap through the ceiling. And he said he sniffed Niles all around the armory here. Suddenly spying him leaning against a wall, looking all mysterious, I couldn't help but think he was charming. No, okay. Keaton only in text, but it's nice that I get to think of him at the very least. Hello, looking for me? Actually, yes. Good. Because I was looking for you. Oh? Not that it was shocking. I just wasn't expecting the transparency. Yes, Seemingly caught on what he wanted to say, I decided to open my mouth first. I just wanted to say that I'm Well, it looks like we're of one mind. I wasn't expecting that. We both chuckled aloud and regarded what we were both going to say. Niles seemed skittish before, but now he was completely relaxed. His shoulders always lowered just so when he was around those he was comfortable with, an ease in his body language that I picked up on. Then I watched his face darken, but in the way it morphed when he was thinking about something, I told myself to listen without saying a word and then go from there. So I took a deep breath and waited. I know this isn't like what I should be thinking about right now, but I haven't drawn Niles in a long time. I like these sleeves that like go all the way like up to the knuckle, the little gold trim. It's a very cute touch. He seemed to notice how calm I was, and his expression eased up. A good sign. I wasn't being fair to you. This I realized. My own problems aren't your own. There are things about me that I cannot change. And I know you don't need nor want to change me. For that I'm grateful. You do, however, make me better. Well, I don't care about being in harm's way. You care. Sometimes too much, I think. Darling, don't give me that look. Oh, that might have been a Corin line. With a roll of my eyes, I stayed silent, letting him carry on. No, it definitely was. How do people say whatever they want? He was grumbling to himself now. I tried not to chuckle. Well, what I'm trying to say is, I'm sorry for belittling myself and your worries. Seeing you distraught over me is the last thing I would like. I just don't want you distraught over my grave. Such a genuine apology, it made my heart hurt. I clenched a hand over my breastplate and felt the shiver of my knuckles. So, please don't be cross with me. I forgive you, of course. The fault also lies with me for being so pushy about it. Nonsense. We care in different ways, dear Corin. The day's frustration suddenly ebbed away, and I was left with wobbly knees. Exhaustion, gratitude, relief, all jumbled up. It made me feel weak, like I would suddenly collapse. Hot tears pricked at my eyes, and I couldn't help but let them flow. Yes! Yes! Male Corin crying moment! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start crying. It's just... seeing you almost offer your life for mine? I couldn't bear the thought of living without you. The only life you should live is by my side. The words tumbled out of my mouth like a waterfall, even though Niles looked completely shocked by it. It was impossible to stop the flow of words, but even through all of my sniffling, they were getting out. I love you, Niles, more every day, even when my heart might burst with how rash you are. Niles' mouth fell open, and I would laugh if I wasn't already crying. I stood there, wiping my eyes with my hands, wondering what Niles was even thinking. He always said I was strong, but sometimes I felt weak. My feelings sometimes made me think that. But Miles... oh my god, I'm so flustered by Corin crying, I can't even, like, read anymore. But Niles said he liked that about me, too, so I didn't care. Suddenly, yeah? Arm slipped around me. Yeah? Catching me in a crushing embrace. Yeah? It's fading to black because there's gonna be a really cute sprite for it. Lips pressed against mine, and I melted into them. Woo! Gay sex! Niles kissed me, gently, adoringly. As quickly as my emotions had burst, they quieted, and all I thought about was Niles next to me. One hand came around mine to brush against my cheek softly, and the other stayed around my waist. The fingers against my skin tickled, and I couldn't help but laugh through the kiss. What's so funny, love? Oh, nothing. Was this your way of shushing me? What, the kiss? Hardly. I just felt like giving my husband a kiss, that's all. Sneaky. He kissed me again, and I could tell this wasn't just him trying to get out of the conversation. Niles really wanted me to feel secure in our love. That was that. And oh, do I love him. Undeniably. Stop crying yet? Yes. Thanks to you. Good, good. Putting an arm around me, he leaned against me. Oh, this is all so fucking cute! We leaned against the wall, and my knees finally gave out, sending us down to the floor together. Laughing in the hallway, where no one else was, we sat there, just enjoying each other's company. My dearest Corin. Yes? My heart fluttered when he called me that. Like a butterfly, it soared through my chest to float on warm winds. Never did I think about leaving you behind. I know. Thank you. For what? Oh, everything. This is so sweet. I did not know that there was like an instrumental version of Lost in Thoughts All Alone like this. This is good. And then I just get to sit and look at this. Yeah, this rules. Are there like... I don't think I've really seen any like visual novels like this that people did for like a ship that they really like. But it is, like, one of the most powerful things I think you can do for your Meow Meows, and it certainly makes me stroke my chin. One might even say I'm lost in thought all alone, but I think if I click it, that's the end of the story. That was really sweet. That was Promise Promise. So yeah, I mean, the itch description said that it was like, you know, it's not very long. It's like a couple of minutes for a read. But wow, never has anything been more worth my time. If I can like mess with parking cars for 2 hours in, I don't know, the game that is many words long, then I can do this. That was really sweet. So yeah, shout out to this artist again. I think it's a S0BK_ on Twitter. If you want to see more Corins and Nileses and other pretty boys, then go follow them. They're the coolest. But until then, that was Promise Promise, and we're just gonna jam right on ahead to the next game. So thank you for watching, and once again, please hold. Why did I decide to do a Switch game and then a PC game and then a Switch game? This is a little clunky. Oh, wait, the app icon is like a little picture of male Corin from Fire Emblem Heroes. Wait, hold on. I want to take a picture of my dock, and I want to show you what is like there right now. This is so fucking cool. Look at this. I just have him in my dock right now. God, so good, so good.